Kia ora everybody. I'm doing something today that I haven't done in a very long time, which I'm actually kind of oddly excited about. I am going for a drive. And the reason for it is because yesterday I swapped my car battery out with the help from my friend James. Because car batteries are temperamental at the best of times and have been sitting there for a while just not working. And my battery was already on its way out before the pandemic hit. And then it turns out that car batteries are a dangerous good because they're obviously a big heavy chunk of metal filled with acid. So it's not the sort of thing that you can have couriered to you. You can't buy them online to be sent to you. And if you don't have a car, you can't go out and pick one up from click and collect. In some places, like the warehouse, won't even allow click and collect items on things that they can't courier out anyway. So it becomes a bit of a sort of muddled mess as to where to go. However, batteries that have been sitting in storage do start to lose their charge a little bit. So the best thing you can do to ensure that your car battery is able to keep going is to go for a bit of a drive. Now, I have to go out and do my groceries today anyway. So it's not that I'm not going to do that. It's more that I'm just taking it the long way around to get to the supermarket to be able to get there to charge the battery up at the same time. But I thought I'd show you a little bit of what's actually happening out there at the moment on the parts of the North Shore that I tend to go around. Not forgetting level 3 step 1 is essentially level 3 stay home unless you have to work, but you can also have picnics and do yoga in the park. So I thought it would be interesting to give you an idea as to what's actually going on out there, so you can sort of see how much people are following the rules just based on the sort of traffic that's going on. So you get to have some fun time-lapse videos of things today. But generally speaking, I think you'll find it quite eye-opening just how busy it can be on the streets at the moment. So as you can see, it's a little bit hectic out there. Now, I should preface this by pointing out that there were a few spots there where there were roadwork, so you're automatically going to get a build-up of traffic in those sort of areas as well. But if I had to sort of say, give you an idea of how busy it was in comparison to other times, it kind of felt like a stock standard Friday afternoon. There was a decent amount of traffic out there, and like I don't know what everyone's doing. They could be out there charging their batteries as far as I know, or off to do the groceries, or traveling from Northland through to wherever the southern border is these days. But there's still an awful lot of traffic out there, and that kind of scares me, especially when I went into the supermarket and it was pretty dead. The vaccination lines at the centre were gone. It was very quiet in the main shopping area that I go to. So it was very much what's everyone doing out on the road? And again, I can't say for sure. I don't know. All I can show you is what the footage there shows you, which is a fairly steady track of traffic floating around the North Shore at the moment. And I know you're thinking, North Shore, heard enough about them lately. But I didn't want to add too much to the traffic and head to the other side of the bridge to show everybody what it's like over there, because that's also not something that I should be doing. But on the bright side, my car battery seems to be working fine now, so I have no grumbles about that whatsoever. I think it's also important to point out that as much as there was traffic and stuff like that out there were still people out there social distancing and walking. You don't see that very well on a time lapse anyway. But I totally get why people are concerned at the moment when you see so many people out and about, and they're not all going to be Uber Eats. You see so many people out and about doing whatever it is that they're doing, and I know that we can travel around the city now, which makes no sense since you're supposed to be in level 3 locked down. But then you find out things like, I got back from the supermarket and saw a story that the Destiny Church had organised a protest outside the police station where Brian Tamaki is being held. Now, I think Brian Tamaki should have been arrested specifically for what he did, but I'm also not a legal expert. I'm just a person who has an opinion, like everybody else. But I think it was always part of the plan to make sure he got arrested, so you had that vocal crowd out there, so you had people calling him a bit of a martyr, and he's taking the glory, which is something he's very good at doing. But you see a crowd of people out there chanting on the streets in the middle of a lockdown, and you just, the party that was up here on the North Shore, up in Redvale, you see constant flouting of the law, particularly from people who seem to be a little too self-entitled. And I totally get why people are concerned. And then you see number increases and you see people freaking out. it makes a lot of sense. And I've noticed a lot of angst over the last few days from people about what's going on and how scary it is and all the rest of it and how they feel so helpless. And I think if you get anything out of this video, other than if you follow it carefully, you might work out where I live. But if you get anything out of this video, it should be that it's not helpless. You're in control of more than I think most people realize that they're in control of at the moment. And it's really important that if you need to reach out, you do. And it really does boil down to that. Make sure that you're getting help when you need help. Don't bottle it all up. Do what you can to keep yourself and others safe. All right, I think that's me for the day. I got to go to my little tiki tour. I'm happy. My hair's a mess by the looks of it. But, oh well, better than being stuck inside all day for once. All right, have a great day, and I will catch you all tomorrow.